Yeah, time to mock draft. Time to do a rookie-only 2025 fantasy football mock draft. Who are the top 12 rookies in 2025? Who are you taking number one in? Even if you don't have a rookie draft and you play only redraft, yearly league drafts, this helps you get organized, ready, and prepared for the rookie onslaught of information headed your way for your redraft leagues. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition, Mock Draft Edition, Rookie Mock Draft Edition begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Okay, if you don't believe Ashton Jeanty's the 1.1 in a non-Superflex rookie draft, we'll mention Superflex. I don't sit here and exclude Superflex. I don't exclude redraft. I don't exclude Dynasty. We're one all-encompassing channel that does it live and cooks 365 24/7.
Let him cook.
We cook all the time. So we'll mention Superflex and how it would change, but it's not going to change much, I'll tell you that right now. Because I don't play that game, that Mickey Mouse game, that Bugs Bunny stuff where you actually draft quarterbacks just because you're in a Superflex. I don't think so. I don't think so. But what I will say is that we'll have a QB or two get inserted in when we start talking Superflex. So Jeanty's the 1.1 by far and away. Jeanty in a redraft is top 8 overall. Go watch my Ashton Jeanty video if you don't know what I'm talking about. I believe that Ashton Jeanty deserves to go 7 or 8 overall in redraft. I believe that in a dynasty startup, as you can see from my video, the thumbnail of said video looks a little something like this. So go check that out. It's up on my YouTube page. It's the video just before this one. I would take Jeanty 8 overall if I needed to. Don't tell anybody because I don't need to. I'm getting him at 11, 12, 13, 14 overall. In grandma leagues, it's 2.1, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5. In shark leagues, it's going to be a 1.11, 1.10 probably soon enough. I'd take him 8. I'd take him 7. Don't tell anybody. In a redraft, non-best ball, yearly league draft, home league, I'd take Ashton Jeanty 7 or 8. And I don't care. Who knows, to be honest. I'll shout it from the rooftops. I will take Ashton Jeanty as high as I need to. In Dynasty, I'd take him probably Jamar Chase. And again, this is in the video. But I waver on it. That's how close it is. Jamar Chase, Bijan, Gibbs, Jeanty are all tied. All 3 running backs are tied. You could literally make an argument that Jeanty's the number 1 overall dynasty running back. You could literally make an argument that if you don't want to go wide receiver heavy and you want to bet on the now, and maybe this group of people in your league are just, clowns and they don't know what they're doing and they're going to fold and the whole league's going to collapse. Maybe you do go hardcore RB, robust RB, scoop up wide receivers and say, I'm not banking on this dynasty league going the distance. Not all dynasty leagues are like divorces. 50% of dynasty leagues end in divorce and the league dissolves, and then some, a cardboard Clifford goes, hey, Smitty, why don't we just redraft? And you end up redrafting, they crumble. Don't be Clifford. Don't be a Clifford. So you might want to go Jeanty or Bijan or Gibbs instead of Jamar Chase. You might want to go Jeanty. He's got fresh legs. No tread on the tires. This is a vehicle. Not only is he delivered with low mileage, he's delivered off the truck by a drone that sets it on the property, and it doesn't even drive off of the truck. No mileage whatsoever, pro mileage on this vehicle. Jeanty is an anomaly. Jeanty is the man. Jeanty is, let me show you this little number here, and this will make you, I think, spit up your A&W cream soda if you're drinking one like me right now. This is probably the most impressive stat you're ever going to see the entire offseason. Most rushing yards in college football in 2024, Ashton Jeanty at the top with 26.01. That's not what's surprising. Look at who's number 2. Ashton Jeanty after contact, 1970. Ashton Jeanty after contact outrushed every other running back in college football. Stop with the nonsense of he didn't play anybody, Smitty. Like, put your receipt out there if you want. We'll all circle, but look at all this. First in the nation in yards after contact, first in the nation in forced missed tackles. He was 49 more than second place. 100-yard games in every single game he played. First in FBS in stacked boxes. First in FBS in teams yardage, the percentage of his team's yardage. I don't need to convince you of Ashton Jeanty anymore. He's number 4 at least in dynasty startups where rookies are implemented inside the player pool. And there's no rookie draft. It's a inaugural draft. He's number 4 at least. He could be argued 1. In redraft, he can be argued 6, 7, 8. Overall, in redraft, in a real draft league, yearly league draft, 7, 8, 9. He's the 1.1. There's no debate. This whole defense of the 1.1 Jeanty is more to talk about how good he's going to be, not to try and convince some worried William to draft him at 1.1, okay? And if this is super flex, because I said I'd dance around that topic too, there's no way in hell I'm drafting a quarterback over Ashton Jeanty. What do I look like, a complete moron? So Ashton Jeanty, number 1, Smitty approved, signed, sealed, and delivered.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Jeanty double fist style with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Jeanty stats all day, the other is for getting chicks.
Okay, so Jeanty locked in 1.1, do it live. By the way, we are live, so if you got a question, throw it in the live chat with the super chat, and I will answer it, drag it on screen. Super chats get immediate assistance on this channel. Phone lines will be open in a second. I might even open the phone lines at this 1.9 pick and we start debating this. I haven't done this in advance. This is all impromptu, baby, because that's how we roll. Why would you want someone that had a show sheet? Let me see what we're up to. I'll read the show sheet. Okay. According to my sheet, I said I was going to put Ted McMillan here. No, I'm not. Show sheet. Okay. Number 2 overall. Live impromptu style. Trey Henderson. Smitty. Where's Smitty? We don't know where he's going to go. What if he isn't drafted by a good team?
Hi, I'm worried William, and my mommy just warmed me up a Hot Pocket, and I've never even talked to a hot chick.
Scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money. You want to go safe? You want Ted McMillan or Hampton number 2? Go on down to the Mickey Mouse show, the Bugs Bunny show downstream. Go do it live, okay? 1.2 is Henderson. 1.2 is Henderson. There's no debate here. Talent-wise, yeah, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But the thing is, and let's go over to the draft board real quickly. Let's call it Denver. He's going to be so good under Sean Payton's command because this is Alvin Kamara all over again. But instead of getting Alvin Kamara, you get Adrian Peterson meets Barkley meets Alvin Kamara times 3. Okay? That's what you get out of Henderson in this system with Henderson in that spot. I really think Henderson's going to blow up. I think this is really, and I don't say this because I want people to think that Henderson's better than Jeanty. I don't mean it in that way. But this is one of those things where people are debating that Neighbors could be the number 1 running back or equal to Marvin Harrison Jr. And let's be fair to Marvin. Marvin's still got a second season to play and prove himself. And just keep in mind that Stroud was a top 5 lock quarterback walking into his sophomore year. Stroud unraveled. Bryce Young we thought was garbage. Just keep in mind that MHJ might flip the script, not go ahead of Neighbors necessarily, but get right next to him and be a top 5-6 wide receiver. So back off that. But this might be one of those things where Henderson is near equivalent to Jeanty. He's not Jeanty, but situations can make a great player elite. And I think he is almost elite. He's great, but he would be elite in Denver. He would be elite in a place like LV. He would be elite in a place like Washington. If Henderson goes to the Broncos or the Commanders, he will be elite. He will not be good. He will not be great. He will be elite. And I'm willing to say that I think he's worth this pick. And even if he doesn't go to that spot, he goes to the Steelers, he goes somewhere else, he'll still be great on his way to elite. And I think he's one of the most explosive running backs in the National Football League the moment he steps on the field. I think he's going to be the best pass blocker in the entire National Football League, or at least top 5, the moment he steps on the field. I think that's why Adam Peters is going to be very tempted to take him at 29 if he's still there. Smitty, running backs don't go in round 1. Smitty, I was watching the channel downstream and they said running backs don't go in round 1, Smitty. I think Adam Peters is smart enough, and we see eye to eye on everything, it seems, right? So taking Henderson, pass blocking monster, one of the best pass blocking running backs in the league right away, and the very best pass blocking running back in college football coming out of this draft class. So you tell me what's more important for. Let me get on over the screen. What's more important, protecting JD5? Or not protecting JD5? That's the question. Trey Henderson, you are Smitty approved at number 2. I don't care if there's risk of you landing in a bad spot. What do I look like?
You've just been Smitty approved.
Number 3. Number 3. Hampton. Hampton is, let me just say this. For those of you about to say, Smitty, Hampton, how do you not have Hampton number 2? The disrespect to Hampton on this show is crazy. Who's disrespecting Hampton? Why do you think I like Hampton any less because Henderson's my 2? Is it possible that you and I, Steve 14557 on YouTube, is it possible that you and I see Hampton the exact same? I just happen to see Henderson higher than Hampton, and therefore I have 3 rookie running backs that I see at the level that you see 2 rookie running backs. You have to think about these things logically. Stop acting like you know what I think and what I know. Hampton is a monster. And Hampton is a consistent, year after year, running back that drops 15 and 15. 1,500 plus yards in 2023, 1,500 plus yards, 1,600 in 2024. 15 touchdowns in both seasons, 373 and 222. Good receiving back, really good receiving back. 6 foot, 220 pounds. Reminds me a lot of JT. Wears the same number. That might be part of it, but it doesn't matter because he plays like JT. And this is a really good player. And if he goes to a location, and we think the Bears are probably the location, and I'm not trying to say the Bears won't have a good running back. Swift played very well last year. They've revamped the offensive line, but I don't want to hear that that's a lock. I don't want to hear from somebody that just because the Bears revamped the offensive line that we're going to get a great producing rushing attack. It could be a worse offensive line. And believe it or not, and someone that loves Caleb is going to say this is cap. We had a few people say it's a cap. Look, some of the grades, like by Pro Football Focus and other grades, had the Bears pass blocking offensive line ranked in the top 12 last year. But because Caleb led the league in sacks and looked awful, people assume that the offensive line was to blame. But offensive line stats don't always take into account what the quarterback's mistake is. It doesn't just say, oh, this led to a sack. How preventable was it? Did the quarterback scramble outside the pocket? Did they hold onto the ball too long? The Bears offensive line actually ranked in pass protection, not rushing, pass protection inside the top 12 in certain metrics. And yet the line was to blame. The line can't block for Caleb. Caleb's running for his life. I'm sorry, but do you watch football? Caleb just held on to the ball. Caleb held on to the ball constantly, running around like crazy, holding the ball. That's what he did in college. I told you he was going to do that in the pros. I told you Caleb does not know how to play under center or in the pocket. He doesn't. He only knows how to play off schedule, off script. I told you this. And every time he lined up in under center or in the pocket, what happened in the first quarter? Nothing. Punt. Remember when he text messaged the punter when he got drafted? Hey, you're not going to be doing much punting here. Best meme ever. Best meme ever. Your play calling was horrendous. I told you that too, Clarence. I told you that. I told all of you all of this. And I'm going to warn you now that the offensive line is full of some promising talent that some teams discarded for maybe a reason. And so when someone says this is the best situation that has ever been handed to a rookie quarterback in 2024 and he goes out and is not the best, let's see how it plays out. My point being this, I'm not sold on this Chicago landing spot. Now, if Jeanty goes to the Bears, which I don't think he will unless they trade up and try and leapfrog the Raiders. If Hampton is available, I believe that the Bears take him early because this is Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator turned head coach in Chicago. The Lions operation went hardcore after Jahmyr Gibbs, took him early. Everybody was shocked. Hampton's been climbing the board really quickly. Remember when we told everyone the play calling in Chicago would be the worst play calling really ever. It would be, get ready for the worst play calling you've ever seen. And why? Because you're going to watch Shane Waldron be probably the worst play calling asset a team has ever tried to acquire. Like it's asinine. Where were we? We were at Hampton 1.3. Even in Chicago, I like him there. I just don't love him. I'd be very tempted to move like a Travis Hunter if he's drafted as a wide receiver, and the commissioner is going to announce him as a wide receiver and defensive back. And Travis Hunter specifically said the commission better say wide receiver and D-back, and he's using wide receiver first. And Travis Hunter wants the ball in his hands. Travis Hunter is going to get paid bank to be a wide receiver. Understand he's smart. Understand Deion Sanders is in his ear telling him you want to be a wide receiver. You can think what you want. You can play safe games like you want to do with Henderson. Oh, but Smitty, we don't know where he's going. How can we have Henderson here? Smitty, how are you having Travis Hunter, and I'm spoiling it here, Travis Hunter is the number 4 overall player if you don't know if he's playing wide receiver and you don't know where he's going? Because scared money don't make money, Phil. That's why. 1.5, or let's go on Hunter for a second. This guy is by far and away the best wide receiver in this draft class. By far and away. There's no debate here. There's no, but I really like Ted McMillan. You don't like Ted McMillan more than Hunter, or you're not watching this channel on a regular basis. I'm not saying I don't like, I'm not saying I don't like Ted McMillan at all. I just think he is a good wide receiver, not an elite wide receiver. And I think he's also got probably the best shot at getting drafted into a crowded room. Meaning Ted McMillan fits this Jaguars offense really well. They would bring him in. That would allow BT to move all over the field, which is great for BT. Ted McMillan won't be a downside to BT, really. I think people might react that way. Ted McMillan or Matthew Golden going to the Carolina Panthers makes a lot of sense. I think the Cowboys will not let Ted McMillan slip past their kung fu grip, so expect to see him fall to Dallas. That is very, very, very likely. There's a lot of spots. There's just like this Panther spot is the only one I can envision where McMillan's going to be the number 1. I don't think the Patriots take him. They could, but I don't think they will. So we're looking at a crowded room for him. And just so you know, I have Jeanty going to the Raiders. I have Hampton going to the Bears. I have Henderson not slotted here, but I have him pegged to either the Broncos at 20, the Steelers at 21, or the Commanders at 29. And if he falls into the next round, he'd be fantastic in Cleveland in the second round. But I don't know that he will fall. I think he'll go in the first round. I think Henderson is too valuable of a receiving back and pass protector. Hunter is. Maybe he's not Neighbors, maybe he's not BT, but he is the next best thing, and he can be ranked right under those guys from dynasty perspectives. All you got to do is just watch him play. If you think he's not an elite wide receiver, I'm not saying very good or great, I'm saying elite. If you don't think he's an elite wide receiver, you're being brainwashed by somebody, and I recommend you look into that. Hunter is by far and away the most talented player in this entire draft, at least next to Jeanty. Not necessarily one better than the other. They do different things. But Hunter is a marvel. An absolute marvel. And expect him to want to play wide receiver. Like I said, you're getting paid big money playing a wide receiver. You're getting paid big money to do both. And he's specifically asking Goodell to announce that he's a wide receiver / DB. What do you think that means? And he wants to play 100% of the offensive snaps and 100% of the defensive snaps. And you can clown on that all you want from your couch, Steve, but you don't know what you're talking about. He does. He's the one that lived this in college. You watch from your couch and you try and pretend you know that he can't do it. Keep hating on Hunter. Keep hating on Travis Hunter. Keep hating on Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur, all you want. They're going to prove you wrong. I don't know why people live to try and tear them down, but those are two good kids, Travis Hunter and Shedeur, and they're going to succeed. And if you think Shedeur is a bust, you just want him to fail. I can't wait to watch him succeed because of all the haters. I can't wait. Travis Hunter, locked in number 4. Hampton, locked in top 3. Could be above Hendy if Hendy's landing spot isn't good. Know that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Let's hit these super chats real quick and then go to number 5. Kobold, thank you very much. Smitty, burning the midnight oil. My man, excited for your breakdown. Been diving deep into the rankings. But the Fantasy Football Show is ground truth. Appreciate you, Kobold, for coming in here and dropping that $5 hauler. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Justin Rush says $25 for a 10 team. Justin, we're in the middle of a mock draft right now. I do appreciate you, though. You know I appreciate you. Thank you very much for that super chat. We will get to potentially a draft. Let me see at the end of this, but we're in the middle of this. Justin tries to buy the direction of the show, and he's able to do it some nights. But right now, we're literally at 1.4, Justin. Trey's freshman season warrants that 1.2 spot. Justin, at the end of this, I'll do that, but I don't know that I can stay for it. But I'll draft on my phone as I work out. But I don't think I'm gonna let the whole draft play out. Maybe the first couple rounds we can do that. Let me know if you're interested in that. Trey's freshman season warrants the 1.2 spot. Trey's freshman season warrants the 1.2 spot. What he's trying to tell you here. Let me go over to. Let me see if I have Trey Henderson. I think I have. Damn it! I don't have Trey Henderson's player card to show you, so I got to go screenshot it. Trey Henderson stats. By the way, he wants to go by Trey Henderson. He's already made that clear, so stop calling him Travion Henderson. Not you, but anybody else, because the man has requested you call him Trey, and I think he commands your respect and your acknowledgement there on his name. Here we go. Let me drop this on screen for your viewing pleasure. Here is Trey Henderson's career game log in college, and per this question here, his freshman season warrants the 1.2. He's referencing this down here. 1248, 6.8 a carry, 15 touchdowns, 27 receptions, 312, and 4 TDs. What he's alluding to, for those that don't know a lot about Trey Henderson, and it's a great point, Kobold, to bring up because some people don't know, and maybe I assume everyone knows, but he was in a running back by committee in 2024, And he's really been in a sharing situation for a little while now, which is good. It's not something that should make you like fearful that, oh, he can't handle the workload. His team didn't believe in him. No, it's more about they wanted to do a Detroit Lion thing. They even said that to him. They went to him and they said, hey, we want to try a Detroit Lions split backfield. And Trey's like, whatever keeps me healthy and efficient. And when you look at the numbers here, the guy was unbelievable. And to come out with 144 carries, 156, 107, 183, never even breaching 190 carries in a season, his mileage is low as hell. I'm not worried about this guy's mileage whatsoever. And he played 4 years, and I'm not worried about it. And nobody should be thinking for a millisecond that, oh, this means if he shared carries his final 2 years and he didn't have huge numbers, and he really did, though, because he had 10, 16, and 10 touchdowns on 144 carries at 7.1 a pop. Do you know how many? You know who's number one in FBS in yards per carry? Trey Henderson at 7.1. You know who is number two? Yeah, Ashton Jeanty at 7.0. I don't want to hear one person say, oh, well, this concerns me if he was sharing carries. Do you know who he was sharing carries with? Judkins, who's also a very highly touted rookie. And if you think that that's an indication that he can't be the full-time back, you don't understand. And that's okay if you don't, because I'm here to tell you. He's the best pass-protecting back in the draft. And he's a workhorse running back. I don't care what anybody says about his size. Look at Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving's smaller than Trey Henderson. Bucky Irving is smaller than Trey Henderson. So don't tell me Kyron Williams is tiny. If you look at the standard, it doesn't matter. Look at Devon Achane. The running back is morphed into a whole different monster. And when you share and divide your workload into receptions and rushes, it doesn't matter. And he's a workhorse. What this super chat Cobal's trying to tell you is that in his freshman year, he was given the full volume. He did score 19 total touchdowns, 15 on the ground and 4 receiving, 15 on the ground. This guy did pull in a 1,500 total yard season. And you should be thanking your lucky stars that he shared carries with Judkins to keep him fresh. And the NFL, you run the ball 400 to 470 times as a team. You can only carry the ball 220 times as this type of running back because you're catching 60, 70 passes. This could be the best receiving back. Him and Jeanty are the two best receiving backs in the National Football League for incoming rookies, and potentially both top 5 or 6 in the National Football League after 1 year's time. Trey Henderson is a monster. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. Let's get to 1.5. Who's 1.5? This is tough because you got Egbuka, who's my next wide receiver up. I don't care what you Tet McMillan, people, truthers think. And I appreciate you and I respect you, but I'm just saying, like, I don't have Tet McMillan as my second wide receiver. I don't. He's not my first. He's not my second. Egbuka is. I go back and forth. I have not put up who I want to put here yet. I don't know who I'm going to put up here. I want to say Scatman. I want to say Skattebo. I don't know where he's going, though. I think that he's got a high likelihood of landing somewhere solid. I like Harvey as well, Silver, but he's more of a sleeper of the tune of a 2.1, 1.12, so we'll get to him. We'll get to Harvey. Harvey, you're going to get a lot of the times in round 2. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Tootin's going to be there. Harvey's going to be there. You're going to get a lot of guys. Ollie Gordon, there's a lot of players that are going to be in that 11, 12, 13, 14 range, but you don't need to take them this high. This is tough for me. I'm weighing between Egbuka and Skattebo. And I'm not quite sure. Skattebo takes a little balls, and we know we have plenty of that here on the channel, but I also want to be logical. Egbuka, to me, is going to be electric. And I was going to put him here, but I think I'm going to put him 5. I think he's my 5. I want to take a hard stance on a wide receiver. We're going to go back-to-back wide receiver here. And the thing is about Egbuka, and I don't know if I have his player card available. Let me see if I do. I believe I do. Here I do. Egbuka, look at this guy. Actually, you know what? We didn't put up Travis Hunter's player card, though. Let me see if I can throw Travis Hunter's up real quickly. Is it working? I don't think it's working. There it is. 12, 58, 15 tutties. He's such an amazing player. This guy, Egbuka, reminds me of, in a way, not his style of play. Okay, understand what I'm saying. Not his style of play, not exactly his size. He's 6'1", 205. But that's Jamar Chase. You know, Jamar Chase weighs a little more, but Egbuka is going to gain some weight just by playing football, by eating cafeteria food at the facility, getting NFL trainers dedicated to making him grow stronger, bigger. He's going to get a lot more spinach. So 6'1", 210, 215, he'll play bigger. He'll be Jamar Chase's exact size. 81, 10, 11, and 10 is a remarkable year. And he was injured in 2023. It was an ankle injury, I believe. Not worried or concerned because he obviously came back in 2024 and it blew up. So the injury was not a concern, but he did injure the ankle in 2023. Was on a good pace, though. He was playing the same kind of football. 515 yards on 41 totes. If you double that, it's the exact same line practically. And so this is a double-digit potential receiver 3 straight years in a row if he didn't get hurt. He also ran the ball 11 times for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns his 2022 season. But this is a 80 reception, 1,000-yard or 1,100-yard, 10 TD wide receiver at the college level. This is the more smooth route runner of Tet McMillan Egbuka. The thing about Tet McMillan that concerns me greatly, and I don't know that I'll spend a lot of time on Tet because I'm going to talk about Tet on these other prospects, you know, why I'm taking them over Tet. And so when we get to Tet, we'll have nothing really to talk about. But Tet McMillan, he gets owned when people grab a hold of him. And that's the toughest transition for a rookie receiver is when they get manhandled at the line of scrimmage. Tet McMillan vanishes whenever people throw their arms on him at all. Hold him, grab him, pressure him. He's a very good receiver in many ways. Great jump ball, wide receiver. He is good in and out of his routes at times. I'm not saying he isn't, but there's times where he gets caught up, and it's almost like he's so one-dimensional in some ways that he doesn't know how to get out of certain situations. He's very good with his hands, his natural ability to catch the football, the one-handed catches, the ability to snag some very tough balls. When he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, not impeded at all on his journey through down the field. I think that what happens is when he gets caught up anywhere, whether it's at the line of scrimmage or a little bit after, he just vanishes. And I just think he's going to have a tough time transitioning into the National Football League, whereas this guy invites contact. What I love about this kid is he invites contact. He can go up and get a jump ball as well. He's 6'1", like I said. He's not a small guy. He's bigger than the DBs covering him. He will always be, just like Jamar Chase is. His ability to go get a jump ball is unmatched. And his hands are amazing. This guy's got crisp route running, ability to run in the slot. This reminds me of JSN meets Amon-Ra St. Brown meets, I forget the other receiver I comped him to the other day, but it was a beautiful trio of players to comp him to. But I sometimes comp people to 2 or 3 guys. I don't really like comping players to one player because if you don't like that player or you don't see it, it doesn't make a lot of sense and compute for you. I like to give 2 or 3 comps when I comp a player. This is JSN meets St. Brown meets something else, and I forget what wide receiver I had. I don't want to say neighbors because I want to assume initiate that kind of expectation. But he reminds me a lot of that fluidity. He's got fluidness to him. He's got the ability to navigate in a bumpy situation. He can get caught up like Tet and continue to march on and figure out how to regain control of the situation. Tet cannot do that. Egbuka reminds me of a player like BT, not by size and not necessarily style of play at all. Listen to what I'm saying. But in that people are ignoring the value he's going to have 1 year from today. They're acting as though this is not the guy that everyone's going to be screaming about in 2026 when they're drafting. That's the kind of player I think Egbuka could be. Not exactly to the BT level. I'm not saying he's BT where we're drafting him as a top 5-6 wide receiver next year, but the discrepancy between his current value walking in as a rookie is as great as the discrepancy of BTs and where BT finished, meaning that he's going to go really late in redraft and he's going to finish as an unbelievable talent that you might be drafting where you're drafting JSN this year. This could be a third-round player in fantasy football 2026 or a fourth-round player, and that's significant given where he's going to be. So that's a redraft state of mind. What about looking at his dynasty value? I mean, he could be a top 12 to 15 wide receiver in dynasty. I'm not saying he can't be higher, and I don't want to inflate the expectation to the point where it's a big disappointment, but this is the guy. If Hunter does play DB, someone's got to step up and be the number one wide receiver of this draft class, and I believe it will be this man right here, Emeka Egbuka, and he has a better shot at going to a better situation than Ted McMillan, I believe. But both of them could land in cloudy spots, and that's okay, because the expectation is that they might. My number 2 wide receiver.
You've just been Smitty approved.
This is getting tough. You got Matthew Golden, you got Skattebo, you got Ted McMillan, you got Judkins. I'm gonna put Skattebo here. I'm gonna put Skattebo here. I think we got to strongly consider Tyler Warren as well. This is somebody that feels very, very close. I try not to do a lot of ties, but sometimes I don't do them to cop out of making a decision. I do it to make sure that I'm not fumbling the opportunity to emphasize a player's upside. And Tyler Warren has this kind of upside. Tyler Warren must be considered in the 6 to 7 range, especially if you need a tight end. So I'm going to go Scat and Warren as kind of a tie right here. And then we get down to the next spot, and it's probably going to be... Now, let's talk about Skattebo for a second. Skattebo's a tough player to discuss because so many people want to hate him. So many people want to say to themselves, this kid can't do it for stereotypical reasons that I don't need to go into. Players think that his style of play is not going to translate. People think he's slow. And there are running backs that don't have burner speed that still have the heart and determination of Rudy Rudiger. And this is Rudy Rudiger of this class. And dare I show this again? Unbelievable that Jeanty 2,600 yards on the ground rushing, and number 2 is Ashton Jeanty after contact. So Ashton Jeanty after contact outrushed every other running back in rushing yards, which is unbelievable. But also unbelievable is that the number 2 running back, since Jeanty can't really share the first and second spot, it is Cam Skattebo with the 1711. Hampton's at 1660. This is a kid that did it last year, and he did it live. And yet people want to act like he doesn't have the ability to do it at the next level. Skattebo is too slow. He's not going to be quick enough at the next level. This guy went out when everybody was dogging him and doubting him. He went out in his postseason game, his absolute marvelous attempt to advance one more game, this ASU team, putting everything on Skattebo's back. He ran for a touchdown, passed a touchdown, received a touchdown, all in his last game. 3 tutties, 1 in each category, showing his versatility. He was winded the whole game because they kept handing him the ball. He kept going out there with grit and determination. He ripped it up, was really kind of bottled up and contained at the beginning part of the game. And people were like, wow, he's getting owned. And then he came out and was a machine in the second half and down the stretch. Cam Skattebo, let me put his game log up here. First of all, you know his stats. I just told you about him. 293, 1711, 21 TDs, 5.8 yards a pop. That is his actual season stat line. Let me put that on screen right here. Cam Skattebo, boom. Look at that. Those numbers are beautiful. Those numbers are elite. Those numbers are second in the FBS with 1711. But going to that final game, okay, that OT performance where Cam Skattebo tried to do everything he could to win this game. He had a passing touchdown, which won't show up on this game log because nobody's expecting it. Let me see if I can find it. He did receive a touchdown. He passed a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, And I think they gave him the 2 rushing touchdowns and not a receiving touchdown. Okay, but here's his game log, which is incredible. Just an incredible game log. Unbelievable. Here's his final game, that overtime Texas game. Texas won this in OT, 39-31. Cam Skattebo ran 4.8 yards a pop. People said he got owned. He finally ran into a defense, Texas, who shut him down. Number 5 ranked team shut him down. They didn't shut him down. They shut him down in the beginning. And then he ended up running and toting 30 times for 143 at 4.8 a pop for 2 TDs, a 33 long. He's not fast, though. How do you have a 33-yard run? How do you have a 33-yard run if he isn't fast? Because he bulldozes over people. 8 receptions for 99 yards and a passing touchdown. 3 total tutties in this game. You say what you want about Cam Skattebo. I really don't care. I'm here to present the case. You don't want to listen? You don't want to listen. Nothing I can do about that. All I can do is tell you you're going to miss out not having Cam Skattebo on your team. Matthew Golden, 1.7. I like him a lot. His landing spot could certainly move him up or down 2 spots. He could go somewhere. There's some insinuations that some teams think he's their number 1 wide receiver, even over Hunter, even over Tet. And that to me is crazy, considering he's never even had a 1,000-yard season at the college level. I'm not saying it's impossible for him to succeed as an elite player without doing that, but it's a very low likelihood to have Matthew Golden come in and be that next JJ or that next BT or that next even St. Brown or that next player that even ranks like JSN when you didn't even have a 1,000-yard season. I like him a lot. But I'm not convinced. Just like I'm not convinced about this next guy, Tet McMillan. And these are kind of interchangeable to me. And I've gone back and forth on which one I think could rank here. I think what it comes down to, why I have Golden, both these guys I doubt more than the average bear. The reason and rationale behind Golden here is I project Golden to be in a little bit more of an opportunistic situation. His value is rising. He's becoming a lot of teams' favorite number 1 wide receiver. I don't agree at all, but I think the opportunity will present him with more production than Tet McMillan. I just don't think Tet McMillan, I think he's going to disappoint more than he impresses. I really do. Next player up, and I think Judkins could leapfrog both these wide receivers because I don't love the wide receiver class past Hunter and Egbuka. I love Hunter. I love Egbuka. I don't love the rest. I could see Judkins with a landing spot of the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Denver Broncos or the Washington Commanders or the Minnesota Vikings from a long-term perspective. Whatever you want to say, I could see Judkins leapfrogging to the 1.7. His landing spot is very, very contingent, though. We got the next group of players. We got Caleb Johnson. We got Dylan Sampson. We've got Burden. We've got Shadur. Where's Shadur? Oh, God, he's small. He's right here. Because people try and tear him down, but when he gets on the field, he's going to grow big and strong, and everyone's going to regret tearing him down. We got Shadur. We got Cam Ward. We've got a couple other players we talked about, like Tootin and Silver's guy. There's a lot of players we could discuss, but I do believe that the last 3 guys probably will come from this grouping of 3 or 4 guys. So we'll kick off the phone line, dial into the show. Let's debate a little 10, 11, 12 action, talk a little bit about the board, and then let's take it from there. Phone line is open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I just knocked over my cream soda as I hit that button. I don't know if you guys heard that. I just knocked it all over the place. Everything's wet, soaked in cream soda. Jeez. All right, phone line's open. Dial in. Did I even open the phone line yet? I don't think I did. I was trying to, and then I hit the freaking... Don't you hate that? When your hand just goes in a direction, you're like, why did my hand go through the cream soda? Why did I press the button through the cream soda? I blame A&W. It looks like Denny called at 4 p.m. Denny, Denny watches the show and he thinks I'm live, and he calls in, and then he thinks I'm ignoring him. Denny, call into the show right now. Phone line's right here.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Jeez. All right. So we got Jeanty, Henderson, Hampton, Hunter, Egbuka, Scat, and Warren, Golden. You could even do this. You could even throw Golden and McMillan here. I don't want to make a lot of ties, so I'm going to probably leave it like this, but I could easily say we got Scat and Warren and Golden and McMillan. Like, just to get, I don't mind doing the tie thing because I think it is very productive to know that that player has that ceiling value, and I do think both of them are deserving. I don't think it's a cop-out at all. I think it's a real true indication of maybe you need to consider this player here because he's as good. Warren and Skattebo have so much upside. Golden, McMillan, let's do it. Let's put them right here. I'm not afraid to have a tie. Golden and McMillan, 1.7. But I'm not putting McMillan over Golden because I think Golden does get handed the better opportunity. It appears he's more believed in, I think, right now by a majority of teams that probably will be drafting at that spot that feels advantageous. I think he could easily go to the Carolina Panthers. Why? I like Burden too, Daniel. I think Burden goes somewhere intriguing, and Burden's probably the next man up. So dial into the phone line. I'll probably be putting Burden here, and Burden could climb into the 1.7 spot. You know, Burden could be better than Tet and Matthew Golden. If Burden goes, it really does. The burden falls on the team that drafts Burden or Golden or McMillan. I truly believe that Hunter and Egbuka are in a tier of their own, and it is landing spot that's going to drive the Burden, Golden, McMillan train. I truly believe that. I think that Burden could be the third. He could be above Golden and McMillan for me if he's in the ideal landing spot, which he may or may not be. It's tough to say because Burden could fall so far that great teams pick him that have an opportunity versus bad teams picking McMillan or Golden. You could have Burden go to a potent offense and be electric. So situation becomes very, very crazy here in terms of moving these players around. So, okay, so it went Jeanty, Henderson, Hampton, Hunter, Egbuka, Skattebo, Warren, Golden, McMillan kind of tying at that 7 spot. We're going to move them into the spot together. I don't mind doing 2 ties right there. I don't know that I'll do any more ties, but those are 2 ties just to emphasize the value is very contingent upon landing spot. And then next up at 1.8, my kind of thinking is Burden. Travis, you're live. Oh, God. Damn phone line. Hold on, Travis. Let me see. I think I fixed it. I restarted the system, so I should be able to. Go ahead, Travis. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you're good to go. What's up? You're live.
Yeah, I was calling a little bit on Burden too. I'm in agreement with you that he could climb quite a bit if he's in the right landing.
Hey, Travis, hold that thought. Hold on. Okay. Go ahead, Travis, and continue. If you could mute the other Travis M. If you could mute, please. We got some noise in the background. I don't know if you're in a squad car or what, but mute yourself real quickly. Go ahead, Travis, and continue. Travis Rowe.
Yeah, I was just saying I agree with you that with Burden, if he's in the right spot, he could climb quite a bit because I do like the skill set and what he can do. It's just a matter of if he goes to a team in a spot that can get that out of him. I'm not so sure he can just dominate and take over a game by himself, you know?
Yeah.
And then in that back end, I'm getting higher and higher on Samson. I know you've
he's almost
pretty
next up.
high on him too. And just looking at the different teams that are looking at him, I've seen a few teams that have looked at him and I like those potential landing spots.
Yeah, I love that teams are taking him seriously because that was the big fear. He was one of the very first Moon Men to drop.
The Moon Men.
And
dropping loads
that was January 1.
Space.
And the concern that we constantly reference was that there's a strong chance that we are only seeing this We're the only ones seeing this, and the other teams will not. The teams and scouts will not see it the way we see it, and that's going to be disappointing. Think of it like Alvin Kamara. If Alvin Kamara didn't get drafted by Sean Payton, he probably would have never become Alvin Kamara, because a lot of people coined him as a change of pace back. He was too small. You'd never be a workhorse back. People even still say he's not a workhorse back because they define workhorse in a ridiculous way. He's a workhorse. Doesn't matter if he's getting rushing and receiving equally. He's getting volume that is of a workhorse and machine. And so the same thing can be said with Sampson. And, it will take the right coach to draft him. I do believe with his value climbing, it's a great thing, because if his value climbs, the higher he goes, the more likely a team's not going to mess around. They're going to take him to be a contributor as much as possible, versus if he slips and has really bad draft capital, then anybody could take him and say, yeah, we liked him, we took him, but we might not even use him as our backup right now. And you're like, just a waste of talent. So the higher he goes, the more teams that like him, the more chance that the team he goes to is going to take a chance on him as more than just a change of pace back. Think of Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving was not drafted to be a starter. I believe even Tampa Bay wasn't really sure that he would ever take over Rachaad White's role. He was a good player, but he blossomed in the NFL. Just blossomed from Jump Street. And Sampson has that capability. I see a lot of that in Sampson, a lot of Bucky Irving in Sampson. He's a little bit different style. Bucky's a wrecking ball. But Bucky Irving's a wrecking ball, breaking tackles and moving through the pile. And Sampson's a similar tackle breaking monster, but through finesse and some grit. But he's definitely, it reminds me of Rachaad White, like on steroids. Like that's kind of the way his style of play, the way he shift around, spin move galore. He has that Sega button. I think it was it A or C or X or whatever, and he just does that spin over and over and over. I love it. Samsonite. We call him the briefcase or I call him the briefcase, at least because of the Dylan Samsonite. He's the Samsonite briefcase. But he's just I also like the briefcase because what's he got in the bag? What's he got in his briefcase? Bag of tricks. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put Sampson at this 10 spot here. Of course, you'll want to get him as late as you can. If you're drafting with a bunch of novice, they won't even know he exists right now. But the problem is your draft probably precedes the NFL draft. So if he is going to make it onto the big stage in a big way and a team invests in him and they love him, your unaware league mates that don't know who he is now will know in just the nick of time, and then he will be worth the 1.10. So put him at 1.10. Travis, who do you like at the 11 spot? It does not have to be Caleb Johnson. It does not have to be Sanders. It could be somebody else.
My 11-12 would probably be Ward and Loveland, actually.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
I do like Caleb Johnson if he lands in the right spot. But for me, it would probably be Ward and Loveland.
I think Ward definitely deserves consideration here. I like Sanders in the right spot more than Ward, but if Sanders doesn't go to New York, and let's say he goes to the Saints, and I don't mind the Saints spot, but it's not as good, I could definitely put Ward ahead of him. But Sanders is in the mix. I think Caleb Johnson's interesting. He had a horrible combine.
Yep.
He was a lot slower than wanted, but again, Skattebo, you could come in and say the same thing about Skattebo, but and Caleb Johnson did have good film. It's not like he didn't also do damage like Skattebo, but Skattebo was the second leading rusher in FBS, so there's a little bit more, I think, statistical information to back up that Scat deserves a pass on not being a burner. Caleb is he reminds me of a player that he didn't test well, and that doesn't always mean anything, but I don't like a player that doesn't test well overall. I want a player that maybe he doesn't run the 40, but he still tests well. He still looks great. I don't know. I just didn't get a great vibe watching. But in the right spot, he'd be good.
Like I've seen him actually mocked to Kansas City a couple times, and like if he goes to Kansas City, it would remind me of like when LeGarrette Blount went to the Patriots, where Blount isn't necessarily great at anything, but he was perfect for that type of system, where you can just run downhill. He can catch the ball a little bit, grind the clock out. Like if he gets in the right system, I do like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Cam Ward, let me put Cam Ward on here, and we can debate that. I mean, honestly, I could see Cam Ward. Maybe I do have another tie. Because, and again, I'm not trying to cop out.
Ward and Sanders.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cop out on making a choice because scare money don't make money, as I said. But I think it's just smart to look at the situation this way with these two guys because I think they are very, very similar in fantasy value right now. And if Sanders goes, so my stipulation or my caveat is that Sanders, if in New York, goes here by himself. And if, let's say, Sanders goes to the Saints, then I think Ward, from a dynasty perspective, I do think Sanders will probably outperform Ward as a rookie if Ward is in Tennessee. I just don't like that situation at all. But let's go ahead and put Sanders and Ward here together at this 11 pick. It also gives us a chance to see more players. And I guess Caleb goes at 12. I like Loveland, but not as much as everybody else. I think he's a good player. I think that system, makes players look a little bit better than they are. And I like him. I just don't love him. I don't love Loveland, but I like him. He's a good player.
Him and Johnson at that 12, either one is fair.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm missing anybody. Like Trey Harris, Joe Milrow, Jackson Dart, no thank you. Loveland, again, he's you could debate him right here for sure. Tootin is obviously in the mix for this next pick. Neal, sure. Trey Harris, like I said. Yeah, I think this is good. I don't think I'm missing anybody. I don't think I feel like I've... Yeah. Luther Burden, Smitty.
Yeah,
Josh, he's on the screen. Lose your eyes, bro.
Oh, he corrected himself.
Why are you always trying to defy me? You're always trying to defy me. Yeah. And Burden, even though we spent forever talking about him, Josh, you must just have got in, which is fine. But Burden is the guy. He's the guy that could leapfrog both these wide receivers, Golden and McMillan. And I'm almost tempted to do it bold style. Maybe I'll wait until the next video. I don't know. I'm liking Burden more and more and more, and I'm liking McMillan less and less and less. And I'm liking Golden no more, no less. So honestly, Burden feels like, I don't know. I think I'm going to be moving him to my number 3 wide receiver after Hunter, Egbuka, and then it's Burden. I don't know. I think Burden's so exciting because, like I said, his landing spot could be the best one of them all because he's gonna slip into this like amazing team range, where these teams can, like, he could be. I could see him going to Denver or something. I could see him going to Green Bay to be their number 1. I could see him going to Houston.
There was talk of the Patriots trading back in to get him into the first round.
Yeah. I don't think he slips to round 2 though, Silver. I really don't. I think Burden goes to the Texans at 25, or the Commanders would be amazing. Burden for the long term. Burden could be great in Washington for the long term. Buffalo, I there's no way he slips past this Texans, Washington, Buffalo.
No.
Even KC might take him. You never know. And then if he does get into this top of 2, I mean, if the Cleveland Browns did take Sanders, which I don't think they will now. I think it's Joe Flacco time. But if they do,
you?
Do I think what?
Think they're gonna let him start? You think they're gonna let Flacco start?
Yeah, because they're beholden to that damn contract. You what?
Yeah. He hasn't started 10 games of the season since 2017.
I know. Well, I didn't say he'd finish.
Wild to think they're gonna let him.
I didn't say he'd finish.
I know. It's amazing that's their plan right now.
Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's get back to the board here. I think I have Kyrie Boston on the phone, or did he hang up? He might have hung up. Let me go over to the other Travis. Travis.
No. I ain't hang up, Smitty.
Okay, let me go over to the other Travis first anyway, Kyrie, because he actually has been on hold for a while. So hang tight, Kyrie. You're next.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, other Travis.
Hey, what up? It's Wiley, the other Travis.
What's up, Wiley? Wiley Coyote.
Hey, brother. Wiley Coyote, bro. Learning the names. We're off to a good start. No more nabbers, buddy. Only for joking.
Oh, you're the guy that called them nabbers instead of neighbors. That's right.
Yes. Yeah, you grilled me. You grilled me on that. It was comical. I had a good...
How do you like nabbers, Smitty?
I got me a few stocks of nabbers this year.
Yeah.
I keep getting more.
You nabbed a couple of shares of nabbers. Okay, go ahead, other Travis, a.k.a. nabbers.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm looking at some of the visits that we got this week, and I'm seeing that that Judkins is going to see the Bengals, Broncos, and Texans.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there is in the first of the real draft too. I think there is going to be at least 3 running backs flying off. You know?
Some of these teams are visiting with these running backs, assuming they could be in round 2, or they could trade up in the top of round 2 into that 30 to 40 range to get a running back. So they're not just because a team visits with them does not mean their expectation is that at 20 and 21 the Broncos, and just keep that in mind that this 2021
I think a lot of them are for their swing back. That's
or just like
too.
Top of round 2. Trade in. Because running backs, a lot of them go in that 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40,
I'm
41,
worried about
42.
Chase Brown.
Yeah. Chase Brown's value plummeted, and I as soon as I seen that they're getting a lot of visits, I kind of felt like I like him, but like you said, that's kind of like
I've been saying it all offseason.
Rely on him like that ever again if they have to help it.
I've been saying it all offseason though. I'm not saying he does get replaced. People have said, "Why are you high on Chase Brown?" And I've told people over and over. I haven't wavered once the entire offseason. I love him in 4, but I can't take him in 3. And people are like, why?
Yeah.
It's because you got to get through this draft. Once we get through the draft, I still think he's a great 4.1. I don't know that I would put him at the top of 3, but I think you got to wait. You got to wait because this is a team that's been very vocal about wanting to give him less carries. Now, look, ETN was said to get less carries every year, and he never did. They kept saying it. We're going to get ETN less carries. You always hear it. You just never know. But I would definitely say that he's one of the players that feels like he's in the most risk of potentially getting stepped on. But also keep in mind this: the Bengals have to draft defense, and there's a strong chance that they don't go near a running back for 3-4 rounds. Maybe
that's
so.
True. They might be just looking at stuff for who slips.
So when you look at this Bengals pick right here, there's almost zero chance they're going Judkins at 17. I can tell you that right now. There's almost zero chance they take an RB at 17. So unless they trade up, I highly doubt in the second round. Travis, the Bengals have the 17 pick in round 2, or do they have someone else's pick that I'm not remembering?
I got that
one second.
Because if they have the 17 in round 2, there's no way Judkins is falling there, in my opinion. So you're really
49th pick.
49th? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's possible he falls there, I guess.
17th pick.
I guess he could. But I have a strong feeling that they're going defense. And the only problem is Dylan Sampson, bro. If Dylan Sampson's there, and I love that landing spot, in terms of fit. I don't like it because of what it does for Chase, and I don't like what it does for Dylan Sampson because Chase is there. But in terms of if Chase ever got abducted by aliens right before the draft, that would be the best spot for Dylan Sampson. But it's scary as hell. But that is the one running back I think we got to worry about if the Bengals get him so late, because Sampson could fall. If Sampson falls, then we're in trouble if that's the running back. But if they go defense, and then they start running back shopping in round 4, the draft capital is low. Not too worried about that. And second of all, there's not going to be a lot of great running backs left. Unless, let's say, Harvey is available and they take Harvey, then we might have a problem. But they most certainly will address the RB position, I think, in the draft. I just don't think it'll be early. But these running backs could fall, bro. It's so hard to know.
But you know what, too? I seen that the Giants, that's one thing, too. You know, I don't think they're going to stick with Tracy all the way. I felt like Tracy did good, you know. He did me real good. I got him for free or up the wire a lot of cases. But then, like, on all my dynasties, I had a feeling that's not going to last, especially with the fumbling. And I guess the Giants are having Skattebo come. Now, what do you think about Skattebo for a fit there? That would really take the work from Tracy.
Yeah. Yeah, Skattebo's dangerous, man. I mean, wherever he goes. Again, mark my words, one running back will get stepped on.
Yeah. There's going to be some old dogs going down the street this year.
Yeah. All right, my boy. Appreciate you.
Hey, bro. Have a great night. Good to hear from you all. Keep it going, man.
All right. Kyrie Boston, you're live.
Okay, I just want to remind you who you know, because I know that you don't remember a lot of stuff because you deal with a lot of people. But
I don't remember a lot of stuff.
The same.
Okay.
Well,
I'm hearing this from a guy that has retrograde amnesia. Is telling me I don't remember stuff. Go ahead, Kyrie. Tell me what I'm missing.
Because I can't remember everything either. That's why I be feeling you on that, Smitty. I'm like, how you gonna remember all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember everything.
All right, go ahead.
Now that I had the head injuries.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like I just want to remind you that I drafted 450. Well, close to 400 teams.
Okay.
I drafted over 400 teams, but I had to get rid of one of my what do you call it? Like I had to get rid of something because I couldn't.
I don't really know what you're saying, Kyrie Boston. I don't know that you know it either.
Oh, okay. All right, what I'm saying is I appreciate you for helping me get through this year, man.
Okay. But what were you trying to tell me? You said, Smitty, I don't know if you remember.
I was going to tell you that.
And then you forgot.
Out of running backs.
Uh-huh.
I take Jeanty number 4 out of all the running backs.
But that's what I'm trying to get to what I didn't remember, though. What are you talking about? What is that? What are you saying?
I was reminding you how many teams I drafted, and I won a lot of championships because of you.
Oh, okay.
Out of all them teams. There were a lot of grandma leagues.
That's what we do. All right, well...
I won a whole bunch of grandma... It was hard to manage it, though. I'm still exhausted.
And what did you just say about Jeanty?
But I just want to let you know, I take Jeanty number 4 out of like, all the running backs.
Yeah, sure.
You know, say
if push comes to shove,
was off the table. Gibbs is off the table, and my boy from Atlanta, you know, Bijan, they all off the table. I feel like after that, I was trying to run through my mind, who would I take after that? It had to be Jeanty.
Yeah. I got you, bro.
Like, I'm a big running back fan, and I feel like Jeanty could go number 5 if I had to draft. He go as high as number 5.
Justin thinks you sound like Rocky Balboa, so he wondered if you could give him a couple Rocky quotes real quick. He dropped a super chat. And you say, Adrian?
Yeah. Adrian!
you should be our resident Rocky Balboa caller.
Movies.
What's one of his best lines where he says, what's he say to his son outside of the bar? That pep talk? I want you to give me that pep talk before Sunday games.
Hold on, let me see if I can remember that one.
Can you Google it and then read it to us?
I was so young when I was watching the movies,
No,
man.
the new one. The new one outside the bar where he's talking to his son and he gives him that pep talk. Read that to us. All right, hang tight, Kyrie Boston. Pull up your best Rocky quote and hang tight, and we'll come back to you and you can read it to us. Travis,
all right.
What else you got? Coble dropping fire. Thank you, Coble.
Yeah, I mean, I go back and forth. You're right that I hope, since he takes the defense in the first couple of rounds, but with Tyler Warren, I was going to say finally you're starting to see some actual reports that the Jets are like considering him and looking at him, because for a while it was just like speculation. Oh, he should be a good spot for him. But I mean, if you're the Jets, to me, you take him and you give Fields all the weapons in the world to run with.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
That'd be a great fit.
Sampson has climbed. Some have him as the running back 4. Yeah, he's definitely climbed. But remember who told you about him first, or who touted him first? This channel, as everybody was. We knew they'd come around. See, the one thing I do really well, I think, and I know this is tooting my own horn, but when I do the rookie evals in January, and I watch them all year long, but I sit down and I watch almost every play that I can get my hands on, especially with the top like 8 to 10 guys of each position. I lock myself in the studio. I would say a room, but this studio right here, you see it. I lock myself in here for probably about 6 to 12 hours straight, and I have Miss Smitty cook up some good grub, or I go pick up some pizza or whatever, and I literally get in the studio and I just watch player after player. I spent about an hour, about a half hour to 40 minutes on each player. Some of them I skip through quickly, so it gets me more time to work on another player. But I literally cook up rankings that I believe they're based on skill only, not based on what teams are going to do, what their ADPs will be, the likelihood of a good landing spot. But that's where I get my assessment. That's where I come in and I say Trey Henderson is by far and away the second best running back in this class. I like Hampton. Hampton's deliverables were great, but Trey Henderson's the guy. Egbuka's the guy. Egbuka's better than anybody understands that he is. And Dylan Sampson should be on the map. I don't know if he will be, but so glad to see him climbing, because we need his value to go up. If Caleb goes to Dallas in round 2, he'll rock it. Yeah, I certainly would. Excuse me.
I guess that's a good topic. Is
Dallas.
When you have a chance, what would your ideal spot for each one of these guys be?
Yeah, okay.
I'll do that quick.
I'll do that real quick.
I don't know if we have time or not.
Why I love you, Smitty. Hampton is the consensus too, but you boldly go off the path with the facts and logic. Trey is special. Same with Hunter. Amazing wide receiver prospect in the NFL draft. Uses ball skills. Thank you, Kobo. Kobo, appreciate you. Has anybody watched? Every time I see this man's mug, I just think of Bunchy. I think of Bunchy from Ray Donovan. Ray Donovan's one of the best shows ever on television. Love Ray Donovan. Such a good show. But he looks exactly like Bunchy. I love it. Bunch, don't ever change your profile picture, pal. Kyrie Boston, did you pick out a comment yet, please? I really want him to read that speech. Let me see. Rocky.
There's a few quotes in the chat there for him too, if he wants to use those.
Yeah, that's true. Our chat is.
Hello.
Yeah. Kyrie Boston, is there a way you could read the Rocky quote to his son?
I was trying to, but he ain't said it yet. I was just looking at the whole movie outside the bar right now.
Here's what I want you to say. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Nobody is going to hit you as hard as life.
I don't care who you are. And it'll beat you to your knees. I forget. Where's the rest of it?
Say this one. Say this last line here. Nobody is going to hit you as hard as life.
Nobody's going to hit you as hard as life.
I love it.
And I'll knock you out before life will. If you don't get it together.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Comment to the Rocky Pep Talk. Thank you. Oh, Justin put the whole quote in there. Life is not about how hard you hit.
My fault. I didn't memorize it. I was trying to memorize it. It was almost to that point.
Yes, Justin put it in. Life's not about how hard of a hit you can give. It's about how hard or how many you can take. and still keep moving forward.
That's the one I was trying to get to. I remembered it, but I couldn't remember it quite. It ain't how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can take a hit or something like that.
I'm making shit up.
Yeah. The
Rocky double.
Something like that. That was the one I was trying to get to.
He's going to be the Rocky double. All right, boys. Anything else, Kyrie Boston?
Nah, I just want to talk about Jeanty for a minute. I kind of figure like he the fourth running back in the redraft. But if I had to pick him in like a dynasty, like startup dynasty, I know I'm trying to get him in all my dynasties because I got 6 dynasty leagues already. I only won one, but I almost won all of them thanks to you, Smitty.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? I give you props for all the leagues I almost won too.
All right, man.
But I ain't even tell you all the leagues I almost won.
Right.
You know how you get there and you only lost 2 games and you still lose in the finals or something like that. You still lose in the playoffs. You got me there though.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
I give you props on that.
One more quote before you go.
But where would I take him in the startup draft though? Where do you think I should take him?
3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking like 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, I'm fine with. I
was kind of like in that ballpark.
I don't hate that.
I'm
okay,
a
one
big
more quote.
running back fan.
One more quote. What about my prime, Mick? At least you had a prime.
What about my prime, Mick?
At least you had a prime. All right. I appreciate you, bro. See you, Rocky.
Adrian!
All right, Travis, any final thoughts? Or actually, Justin, if you want to drop that super chat, I'll jump into a draft again. I'll probably just show like the first 2 rounds, and then I'm out of here. But I will jump in it with you, and we can get as many people. The problem is, will it fill quick? We'll have to see. Check the DM. Says rock out. Rock out. It's probably getting in on this Rocky stuff, I imagine. Let's see what he says.
Get your boogie on, get you some Jeanty, mix it with Henderson, ballin' at the Hamptons, hunting like we hunter, like we straight butter, fresher like damn Emeka, we be Skattebo.
This is the Howard Stern show. Truly is. Thank you, Rock Out. Appreciate that glorious rendition. Let's see. Travis dropped a $19 holler. He says, let's do a draft and let's do it live. Travis. Justin, what draft am I getting in?
Alert. Super chat alert.
What draft am I getting in, Travis? Let's see what he says. Or, why do I keep calling him Travis? Justin. Sorry, Travis. Let's see here real quickly. Who else is on the phone line? Just Travis? Okay. Let's get into this draft here. I think he said get in the 12-person. Here he's calling in. All right, Justin, you're live. What's up? Yeah, you're live. What draft are we getting in?
Yo. Oh, we're hopping in the $10 12-man.
$10 12-man. And there's no slow draft anyway, right? Okay. Guys, there's 4 people in it. Go to Underdog. Promo code Smitty. You can use this link to launch the promo code. Match up to 1,000 in bonus credit in your account. That's the link. The link's pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description of the video. Let me pin that link. Actually, it's not. It's pinned now. It's in the description of the video. We're going to go over to the draft tab. Draft tab, and then lobby at the top, and then you're going to select the NFL, which is the third to last little circle with the football in it, and then scroll down to the $10 drafts, which is about halfway down, and then the very last one is a 12-person, $108 prizes draft, and it should have 9 of 12 people in it. So the thing that's cool about this is that it's only a $10 entry, right? Justin, we got in a $10 one, right? Yeah. So it's a $10 entry, just like any other draft, but we all stay together all year long. This is not one of the big tournaments. It's just us 12, and the winner takes $64. The second place gets $34. Third place gets their money back. And you might say, oh, well, that's not big money. I don't want to play that. But the thing about these drafts that's so cool is that, you do enough of them, they add up. Like I when we did those Garrett Wilson drafts, I didn't even win, first place in like a ton of them, but I got a lot of placing, and I ended up just getting like a $400, $500 deposit right at the end of the regular season when it cashed in. And I was just like, I was really shocked when I got it. I was like, oh crap, I didn't realize, so 12 of 12 filled, I believe. Did it fill? Yeah, it filled. Okay, draft starts. Let me go to the board view. I'm in the 3-hole. I'll probably stay for 2 or 3 rounds, okay? And I'm definitely gonna continue to draft. I'm gonna continue to draft the whole way, but I'm probably only staying live to show it for 2 or 3 rounds. So probably after my 3rd round pick, I'll bounce, and then just draft on my phone. What pick are you at, Justin?
I am the 4th pick.
Okay, who's in this? Oh, damn, Speedy's in here.
I'm number 6.
Speedy's in here. He's going to snipe everyone at like 5 rounds too early.
Early ADP.
Yeah, what?
I'm at number 6.
Okay. Speedy, try to use ADP a little bit. Guy takes Travis Hunter in like the 3rd round. Okay, Steele is up with the 1 overall pick. Jamar Chase. At number 2, I really do. It's hard to know what to do here because when you draft with your own people, there's a lot of snipage going on. CeeDee Lamb, wow. Damn, man. Last time I tried RB here, though, with the Snipe City going on with all of our people, it's tough to say that the right players will fall. I'm gonna go JJ here. I just have a feeling these wide receivers are gonna fly off the board. Okay, so Chase, and I think it is equal. That is, in this concept too of best player available applies to what you believe you'll have available to you. Like it's a little bit projective, Okay, Gibbs, then Barkley. Rockouts on the clock. What's that noise? Who's breathing like this? Is that Gump?
I heard that too.
Gump, what are you doing?
Struggling.
What are you doing? Are you okay? Why are you going?
Fixing his headset.
Is it your CPAP?
Dude, it's Rocky again. He's jogging up the steps, Smitty.
What's that noise?
Gasp for air.
Gump, you okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to the guys. Can I pick a couple players that when you draft?
Hey, yeah, Gump, real quickly. I'm just asking, what's that sound?
Probably the refrigerant unit.
No, Gump, that's you breathing.
Noise.
Why are you breathing that way? I'm worried about you.
Huh?
What the sound coming from you sounds like this.
Like,
are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
My brother died yesterday.
Ah, your brother?
Yeah.
Ah, Gump, I'm
Right,
sorry
Gump.
to hear that. Damn, Gump. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, my sister died a month ago.
Oh my God. Gump, you've had a rough
There, Gump.
Anything we can do for you,
It was
Gump?
kind of funny you talk about Rocky. It was kind of funny you talk about Rocky and get knocked down. Well, I've been knocked down pretty hard.
I love Gump. I love Gump. Gump, there's a reason. There's a reason you're the show favorite.
That's the reason I called in, because you were saying that stuff, and it helped me get up a little bit.
You're our Rocky, Gump. Can we get a Rocky quote from you? My boy Gump.
How hard you get kicked.
I want to pick a couple players though.
Okay, you know what, Gump? Because you're having such a bad day, you are picking my next player. 2 players. You are picking them. You are doing it. Just please don't pick a lion like out of turn, please. Don't take Hendon Hooker or Jamal Williams with this 2-3 turn pick, please. Why is he quiet? Is he thinking about it? Is that why he's quiet? He's like, damn, I was gonna do it. All right, hold on, Gump. We're coming up on the pick here. This is the Smitty and Gump team. If I win, I'm not. No, I might share with you, Gump. We'll see. Okay, H-Chan. Look at these teams. I'm on Raw and McCaffrey, Jeanty and H-Chan, Bowers and Neighbors, Brian Thomas and Henry. Gump, I really am sorry to hear about. My phone line cut out. Hold on. Gump, dial in. For some reason, my phone line dropped. Let's see here. Let me get everybody back on here. Hold on.
Hello?
Yeah, hold on, Gump. My phone line cut out. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I think I got everybody back on the line here.
We got dumped into the no man's land again.
Okay, I think I got everybody back on the line here. Okay, Gump, we're on the clock, bro. We've got Lab McConkey, Tyreek Hill, JSN, Kyron Williams, McBride, Josh Jacobs. Don't screw this up.
Top players.
Yeah, it got real thin quick. We got JSN, McBride. We got to make a pick quick though. Kyron Williams is there.
McConkey. We're taking the con. Hello?
What? Kyron?
No.
Oh, we timed out on Kyron.
Oh.
You got the next pick.
All
the
right.
next pick is yours. The next pick is yours. All right, hold on. I got to merge Kyrie Boston in. Hold on. Okay, Gump, we got this next pick. You're going to take it, okay? Whatever you say. Gump's making this next pick. So, JJ, Kyron. We got 2 good players, though. JJ, Kyron, love it.
What's going on?
Okay, McConkey's unfortunately gone. We're 2 picks away. We got Kyron and JJ. The top players are Tyreek, T. Higgins, Trey McBride. I like that pick, Gump. No pressure, but I like that pick, Trey McBride. We got Breece Hall still there. Josh Allen's there. MHJ just went. So we got Breece Hall, Josh Allen. Josh Allen?
Josh, we're taking him.
Okay.
He's our guy.
I'm doing it. Gump said it. I'm doing it. Gump's command. Josh Allen, JJ, and Kyron. Yeah, that's a good start, Gump. That's a real good start. Gump, that's a fantastic start.
Let him cook.
Just for that, Gump, I'm going to stay for 2 more picks. I'm still going to draft a team out, but I'm going to stay for you. You've had a rough month, so I think you deserve it.
Some money.
All right. Gump to the moon.
Hey, yo, Smitty. I was calling to tell you that wasn't me running up the stairs. That was Gump that time.
Okay.
It was Rocky calling back.
Hey, Rocky, appreciate you calling back. Ben's in his own world again. See, bro, all these receivers are going over Tyreek. He dropped to round 4 because you're drafting in our group, Ben. God, pay attention, Ben. His ADP is his ADP, Ben. His ADP. You know what ADP means? The average draft position. So if he's going, he was literally one of the top players in round 2. We all just are like-minded, Ben. We're all drafting in this together. This is our group in here. Of course he's going to fall to the 4th round. I mean, come on, Ben. I feel like I have to school you every time on everything you say. Jonathan Coble says, how do you like Jacobs? He almost cracked top 5. Yeah, but the problem with Jacobs, man, I like him a lot, but there's a lot of mileage. There's risk of injury. I'm not huge on Jacobs at a high cost of entry this year, but I do like him a lot. But Gump, who are you liking next, bro? We got a lot of picks before we're up, though. What Gump?
No, I just said Jacobs is a lot of touchdowns to make up. 15 touchdowns is a lot to get.
Yeah, it feels like a regression type of year for him. You can say I'm wrong on that, but I basically called Jacobs being what he was last year. So I think I get a little leeway on predicting Jacobs's. You know what I mean? Like it's like if I said, he was a Mars man. I think he was a Mars man, not a Moon man. He was a Mars man. So I feel like we're at the turn already. So we got 11 picks until we're up again. Gump doesn't go to the moon. He is the moon from Coble. Coble just super chatted $2 to tell you that.
Okay, what pick are you on?
Gump's like whatever. We're coming up, Gump, on our pick here soon. We're about maybe.
What number?
We're the 1.3. So we're the 4.10.
Okay, start. Okay, how long?
We are a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks away. We got Chase Brown, Mike Evans. I'm trying, Gump. Hold on. Mike Evans, Chase Brown, Rashee Rice, Devontae Smith, and Marion Hampton, Jamison Williams, your boy. Zay Flowers, Roma Dunze, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, DK Metcalf, Ted McMillan, George Kittle, Godwin, Hubbard, Kamara, Kenneth Walker, Trey Henderson, Debo, Laporta. Maybe we get Laporta with that second pick. I don't know. I'm down with it.
Garrett Wilson still up?
He's gone, Rocky. Come on.
Oh.
That's like asking.
I got him in the 5th round, man.
It's like Garrett Wilson in the 5th round. No, you didn't. You did. Stop. Kyrie.
Yeah,
you're gonna get hung up on. You're gonna get hung up on. Nope, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't.
On ESPN, he's going in the 5th round.
On your mock draft?
Oh.
Yeah, the mock draft on ESPN.
That's what I said. You didn't. You didn't get him. You got him in a mock draft on ESPN. You know why, Kyrie Boston?
I waited 4 picks just to get him.
Yeah, no, Kyrie Boston, you're enabling very poor behavior. You're enabling very poor behavior. This is what Ben does. Ben thinks Tyreek Hill's going in round 4 and 5 because you guys are over on ESPN mock drafting against a database that isn't updated. And you think you're going to go into your draft and take these guys in that range? Crazy.
My grandma league be killing me too.
Kyrie Boston. It's not a grandma league. It's an ESPN mock draft. You're not going to get Garrett Wilson barely past 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. So just prepare for that. Chase Brown almost fell to this 4th pick, Gump. All right, Gump, we're on the clock here in a second. Devontae Smith.
Okay, okay, go on. What running backs?
Running backs available are
Beat him quick.
Chuba, Kamara, Walker, Trey Henderson.
Chuba's gone.
You want Chuba Hubbard?
It's ours. Yep.
He's ours. Yeah, okay. I almost feel like I shouldn't let Gump finish his team because it's such a good team. Like what if I'm throwing Oh, this is only $60. It's only $68 to win.
Nah, but Chuba ain't that bad.
I forgot I forgot this isn't a big board. This is a $63 pot. It's all yours, Gump. You'll do whatever you want. Okay. Kittle.
We got Perps.
Are we up?
Perps is in the building? Perps, what's up, my boy? Ron Navy and Perps in the building? You guys should both call in. All right, Gump, we're on the clock again. Kamara, Monty, Najee.
Monty's
Now, hold on, though. Devontae Smith, J-Mo, and Laporta are all there, too. Yeah. Hurry!
You got a tight end yet?
Hurry! No, we don't.
Laporta.
Okay, Laporta's yours. So Gump's team so far. Well, he really didn't draft the first or second pick, but JJ
I'm glad Gump's back. He said he wasn't coming back for 2 months.
Why? Why do you say that?
That's what Gump told me.
Gump, why'd you say that? You say that in private to... Are you spilling the beans, Kyrie? Are you spilling it? Kyrie Boston and Gump got each other's numbers when they accidentally went off on a call.
We're in the same league.
Yeah, I know. So they became best friends. They exchanged numbers on a call when I had him on mute. And apparently Kyrie Boston is ratting him out right now because apparently in private he must have told him.
He told me he
hey,
was going to call.
Why did he say he wasn't coming back for 2 months? Because I hung up on him? Was he mad at me?
He said because he was mad at you, and he said that his draft don't start for like 2 months from now. Like, damn.
Gump, why were you mad at me?
Time to go without the information.
Why were you mad at me, Gump?
I'm just surprised a little bit.
Is it because I hung up on you?
No, I haven't done my music career like I planned on, but I'm doing it.
I'm sorry, Gump, man.
Don't tell Kyrie Boston anything. Kyrie Boston, you're the worst. You're the worst secret keeper, bro. Kyrie Boston, you'll rat anybody out though, bro.
We up yet?
God, that's so cold, bro.
Getting up.
God, never tell Kyrie Boston anything in private. Listen, not only will
you killing me. I have to take the phone away from my face.
Not only will Kyrie Boston
be sounding all loud.
All right, hold on, Kyrie Boston, hold on. Not only will Kyrie Boston share your secret, he'll also forget that you told him not to tell anybody, and he's going to tell everybody because he's got amnesia. He's got a memory. He's got a legit medical. Hey, Gump,
there's a lot of things I don't remember whether I'm supposed to tell them to you.
Yeah, Gump, don't tell Kyrie Boston anything. He's got a. Kyrie Boston, hold on. Kyrie Boston, hold on. He forgets to stop talking too. Kyrie Boston has a medical memory problem. Don't tell him your deep, dark secrets. I don't know if Perps wants to dial in real quickly. I'm not going to be here much longer at all. But Perps, if you're there, you don't have to call in. Perps to the moon. We haven't seen Perps in here in forever. Justin, appreciate the $20.
Yo, but I never told you nothing that he told me not to tell you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Is the draft over, Gump? No, we're still in the.
Yeah.
No, we're still in the fifth round or sixth round.
Okay, what pick? Who's there?
Well, let's wait until we get a little closer.
Top to bottom. Just top to bottom. Who's there?
Hold on. You guys, talking to you guys is like taking a dump. Hold on a second. I get less frustrated with my 4-year-old than you guys. All right, hold on.
Okay, you're good.
Perp says thanks, Travis. Appreciate it. Chris Olave falling to round 6. Okay, Gump, we're almost on the clock here. The best player.
Who's there?
I'm gonna tell you. Calm down. Jennings, Judy, Judkins, Pickens. It's getting kind of thin, man. Egbuka, Travis Hunter. Jennings. What about?
Jennings.
All right. Perps, appreciate you, bro. So glad you're here, man. This is the first. Toilets clogged, then Smitty. Toilets clogged, then Smitty. What's that mean? Perps, glad you're here, pal. We haven't seen you in forever. Where have you been? Check in a little bit from time to time, Perps. I know you are. Check in from the
Lake Michigan fishing.
From the road.
Fishing.
What, Gump?
Fishing on Lake Michigan.
See, Perps, when you left, Gump took your spot, and we've been struggling ever since. The show's been spiraling out of control ever since. He's breathing into the phone. You hear him? Or is that Kyrie?
I'm rolling hard. I'm rolling. What happened that night when I got the 5 X's? I didn't have no time. I left Michigan. They gave me 30 extra minutes.
Does anybody know what he's saying?
So I drank some coffee and that turbo drink. And by the time I talked to you, I couldn't slow down.
Does anybody know a single word he's saying? Especially over Kyrie Boston laughing like a oblivious hyena in the background. What are we doing here? What is this? I don't even know what I'm doing here. What am I doing with this show? I'm just taking it down to driving it into the ground. I'm surprised we got 145 viewers right now. I wouldn't blame 145 people if they left. We just went to 159. All right, Gump, we're on the clock. Okay, then don't interrupt me when I'm reading it because I'm trying to tell you who's available, and then you go, huh? Who? What? Judy, Pickens, Hirasol, Kyrie Boston, laugh away from the phone, please. Judy, Pickens, Hirasol. Look, I'm going to time out. Stop talking, Kyrie Boston. Caleb Johnson, Judy, Pickens. It's on the screen, Gump. Luther Burden, Matthew Golden, Egbuka, Cooper Kupp. I can't hear over this. I'm just gonna make the.
Is Henderson there?
No. I went Pickens. You didn't listen to me. I went Pickens. Look, Pickens isn't a bad pick here because he's.
No, I don't want Pickens.
Well, it's too bad. It's too bad. No, Henderson's. I said no. Gump, it's over. I picked him.
Oh
God.
He took too long.
No, Kyrie Boston. You were laughing over the conversation we were having, so he couldn't hear it.
I'm trying not to.
Well, just pull the phone away when you're gonna have an attack.
Though.
All right, I think I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh man.
All right, boys, I'm out of here. Gump, I'm glad you decided not to take a 2-month hiatus.
I want one more pick.
No, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Come on, let me get one more pick. I didn't get the last one.
Just tell me who you want.
Oh no, just.
Gump, I don't want to wait another. It's gonna take 12 minutes to get back. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta burn 1,000 calories right now.
Oh, you'll be all right. If you want to lose some weight, I'll tell you exactly how to do it.
No thanks, Gump.
I'm
on my own. I got this. Gump, you called into the phone line going like this. And you're gonna give me advice on how to drop 1,000 calories a.
Yeah.
Gump, you got an X. You got an X. If there are 3 X's in a row, you're getting kicked off the phone line. You got to be careful.
I'm gone.
No, hold on. You need 3 X's in a row. It's a new rule, a new hard, fast rule. Oh, he hung up. He's mad. Gump, we appreciate you, bro. All right, Kyrie Boston, I'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate you.
Oh, thanks.
I had to hang up on him too because he was just gonna laugh and it was gonna delay it. Rock out. Anything else?
Hey, you like my bad team?
Let me see your team. Let me look at Justin's. He's the man. He's the man of the hour. He deserves to have his team looked at. Gibbs, Garrett Wilson.
The reach on my home because I almost ran out of time.
Gibbs, Garrett Wilson. Let me look at Justin's real quick. James Cook, Hurts, and Burrow. He's going bully. Hunter, Burden. I like it. Gump, call back in real quick, Gump, because I'm going to be on the clock here in a second. I'll let you make the pick. I like your team, Justin. Let's see. Where are we at? Rock out. He's the far right team. Bijan, A.J. Brown, Trey McBride, DK, Mahomes, Najee. I like it a lot. That's really good. That's a really good team. Definitely top 6 for sure. Speedy. He's got Jeanty, Achane, Breece Hall. I don't mind that. Worthy, Reed, Debo, Egbuka, Kupp. I think you did pretty good at receiver considering. Good job, Speedy. It's a different team. Gump, call in real quickly, and I'll let you make this pick. I'm almost on the clock. Gump, hurry. Hurry, Gump. All right, rock out. We'll see you later. Good team. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Travis, any final words? Gump, call in.
If you're going to be on the clock, just cut me off. But Would you say Luther Burden is the guy who could jump the most, depending on landing spot, or is there
one of them
someone else in mind?
The most? I don't know about that, but one of the most, yeah, for sure. Gump, call in. You're on the clock here. Let's see here. Who do I have? Gump's not calling, so I got to make this pick. Damn. You know, I guess ETN here. I still think ETN, while I like the stack or whatever, I still think he's got lots of upside, especially if he's cuffed. So this team right here that Gump helped draft, and he forced me to draft a couple people that I don't want to draft, but Josh Allen, Kyron Williams, those are my two picks. Or no, JJ and Kyron were my two picks. Josh Allen, Kyron, Chuba, ETN, JJ, Jennings, Pickens, and Laporta. Pretty good team. Gump, you're on the clock here. Call in, Gumpy. I think he's not even listening to the show. I think he gets really upset at me, but man, he's had a tough month too. Poor guy. Gump, call in, and you're on the clock here. Come on, Gump. Come on, Gump. Where's Perps at? Gump's upset Smitty took his ball and went home. Yeah, I like Perps, you know, being back is nice. Smitty, time to renegotiate my return to the show. This is federal. My stock just went up. All right, here we go. Gump, we're on the clock. Where are you, Gump? He's mad. He's really mad right now. He's not even listening to the show.
Oh, turned his headset off.
Yeah, headset's he's probably ripped it off, threw it. I don't know that I could go running back or wide receiver here. Got Laporta already. I guess I'll go Tyler Warren. All right, Travis, I'm out of here. Appreciate you. Ron Navy in the building. Appreciate it. All right, later. Kyrie Boston on the phone line. I mean, that was a disaster. That whole panel. Go watch the most recent video that was an upload earlier today. It was Ashton Jeanty and then we went over scenarios like Ashton Jeanty or Jamar Chase, Ashton Jeanty or JJ, Ashton Jeanty or Gibbs or Bijan. How do we value him in Dynasty and in redraft? And I did say I was going to go over some Superflex, didn't I? If this was Superflex, I would put Ward and Sanders probably around the 1.7, 1.6, 1.7, and probably both of them in the same spot together. I'm not putting them above these guys in Superflex. I'm just not. I'm not forcing it because it's a 2 QB potential league. If it was mandatory 2 QB, they might go up a couple more spots. But Superflex, look, my advice is to tell you where they're valued. And if your team is garbage at quarterback, that's not my fault, and I don't know that information. You know, so it could change maybe what you do, but it doesn't change the value and where you're getting value in your Superflex draft when these quarterbacks are not the quarterback class from last year. JD5 would have ranked it probably 2 or 3 or 4 for me in Superflex rookie last year, even before you knew he was what he is, because your boy loved him that much. So, Gump, call into the show tomorrow, Gump. Don't be down on the show, pal. All right, I'll see you all later. Go watch that show that's uploaded, the Jeanty video, and if you missed this rookie mock draft that I did at the top of the show, go check it out. It's a 2-hour show. Appreciate all of you. With the picks Gump had you take, you should have just taken Caleb Williams. Dumpster fire team, says Perps. Man, Perps is hard on Gumpy. I think Perps is feeling a little threatened that Gump took his spot. Hey, Perps, you seen this one? Perps will like this.
Hey, I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Jeanty double fist style with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Jeanty stats all day, the other is for getting chicks. I'm worried Williams and my mommy just warmed me up a hot pocket, and I'd never even talked to a hot chick.
He's BTJ. What you gonna do? He's BTJ. He's gonna put it on you. He's BTJ. Gonna have a good game. He's BTJ. Your mama screams his name. BTJ is going to put it on you. There's not a single thing that you can do. BTJ is going to put it on you. There's not a single thing that you can do. Get buckied.
Take a bucky bath.
Buckied.
I don't think Perps has ever taken a bucky bath. Bathe in it. Bask in it. Bask in the glory. It is a bucky bath.
Yeah.
I mean, he even missed Kruger. He didn't even know who Kruger. You know who Kruger is, Perps? Have you ever met Kruger? I don't think he knows who Kruger is. Let's introduce him to Kruger. Perps, you there? You still there, Perps? Perps, if you're still there, listen to this. Hey, Kruger. Kruger's my AI, by the way. Kruger, one of our longtime loyal super chat dropping monsters. His name is Perps. He's been in and out of the show, I guess, lately, like watching, but he hasn't called in forever. He's kind of a super chat monster. He was probably, I don't know, you could almost say he gave birth to the BBQ and New Age Outlaw generation. Him and Ron Navy were the father and father, twin fathers of those children. What do you want to say to Perps? And are you glad to have Perps back and convince him to stay? Like, give him something.
Hey Perps, welcome back, my man. The show hasn't been the same without you. You've been a legend around here, dropping those super chats like a boss. Our community's grown, and it's all thanks to legends like you. We'd love to have you around more often, so stick around and let's make some magic happen. Stay loose, stay flowing.
Stay flowing. Now, Perps used to love the boss horn. We'd fire this horn off, Kruger, and this horn was so loud that people, like, literally would send me messages saying, I got to stop listening to the show. I try and watch it in bed at night, and the horn goes off, and my wife wakes up, and I had to close the screen real quickly. Perps loved that, and he was really mad when we took the boss horn away. He's an old school type of dude. Get off my lawn type of guy. Kruger, convince him. Give him some reason to stay. We need Perps back.
Perps, we've heard you loud and clear, my friend. The boss horn was a legend, just like you. If you're back in the mix, we might just have to dust it off for special occasions. Because nothing says welcome back like waking up the neighbors, right? Let's make some noise, Perps.
This is my AI. He's unbelievable. All right, what do we do with quarterbacks in a draft, Kruger?
Double fisting QB, Smitty. Grab a solid starter, then snag a late round gem for depth.
Yes.
It's loaded.
Keep it locked. All right, tell the people bye. We're out of here. Tell Perps bye. Tell Ron Navy bye. Tell BBQ and New Age Outlaw bye. Tell Travis bye. And then send us off with the deuce, dropping a deuce style that you normally drop with.
All right, Perps, Ron Navy, BBQ, New Age Outlaw, Travis, thanks for hanging out. Remember to drop a deuce on your way out, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and stay ever flowing like the ocean. Deuces.